A 56-year-old resident of Coffin Street perished in a house fire on Thursday night. Nicolas Reyes was inside a small unpainted plywood structure when it caught on fire sometime around 10 p.m. By the time a fire truck arrived on the scene and efforts were made to rescue him from the blaze, it was already too late. Not only was the structure eviscerated, its sole occupant had already met a fiery end.
When fire personnel arrived on the scene, we observed what later identified as a 6x8 wooden structure with zinc roofing on fire. Initially, as always, we deployed and extinguished this fire before it spread to its adjacent structure. During investigation, fire personnel found that this was more than a fire, as we found the remains of an individual that had succumbed during the fire.
Reyes lived inside a property that also houses a concrete two-story structure. At home at the time of the fire was his neighbor.
I live right upstairs in the same yard. I made it sleep. I don't make it sleep. And then my husband called tell me that Chico, because everybody know him as Chico. Chico was up on fire. And then when I got out of my bed and I called look, I see the whole house done on up. I got like a small house, just a little one-man house. And then my husband couldn't go in go see if it really had happened Chico, but then no response from Chico.
According to station supervisor Kenneth Mortis, there is the likelihood that the occupant may have died of smoke inhalation prior to his body being consumed by flames.
We know that his structure in question had no form of electricity, and we did a thorough investigation on the scene, and we could have safely ruled out a candle and, of course, the mere impossibility of a fish coil. We will now have to work hand in hand with the police department, as we believe this has now evolved into a criminal matter. It's an unfortunate situation last night. The way Mr. Reyes was found lead the fire department personnel to believe that he was probably asleep and he simply became overcome with the smoke, and he prematurely died in his sleep before the fire consumed his body.
Knowing that Reyes was inside the burning structure, neighbors tried desperately to douse it with buckets of water. The next-door neighbor, whose name is being withheld, says that her husband tried his best to save Chico. The attempt, nonetheless, was futile.
So he just get the bucket and gone at the outside pipe and start to full, and then he start to show water. And then the neighbor on the other side of the fence start to show it up on the other side. And somebody called the fire truck.
An investigation involving the police department is underway to determine whether Reyes' demise is the result of an arson. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.